Hello, I just wanted to say welcome to this group, and I hope that you learn a lot and that you are super successful in this group. I just want to go over a couple things real quick. I have a little cheat sheet here that has some things that I want to talk about, but the first thing is hi. The second thing is you will be successful. But the only way that you will be successful is if you start here. It's all right here. This whole process is more of a mental attitude and more of a mental process than anything else. So if you've got it here, then you're going to be successful, guarantee. So what you need to do is you first need to come up with your goal. You need to decide what is your ultimate goal, and then you need to break it down into small steps how you're going to reach that goal. Maybe your goal is that you want to lose 50 pounds. And if you want to lose 50 pounds, you can't just kind of go the beginning of the month, I want to lose 50 pounds by the end of the month, and then keep doing exactly the same thing that you're doing, eating really bad and not working out and things like that, because guess what? You're not going to lose 50 pounds. And plus 50 pounds in 1 month is a whole lot of weight. So anyways, what you can do though is so you come up with this plan. I'm gonna lose maybe 3 pounds each week for this entire month. And then you go into the second month. I'm gonna lose 3 pounds each week the second month. But then how are you gonna lose those 3 pounds? So then you gotta back up to your plan. So how are you gonna lose 3 pounds in 1 week? Well, you're gonna exercise for 30 minutes a day, and you're not gonna eat any processed foods. You're gonna increase your protein, and you're gonna increase your water intake. So you have to have specific little things that you need to do in order to reach that goal. So that would be like me when I went to nursing school. If they would have said, okay, you have 3 years to get your education done, and they left it up to me to like figure it out on my own, guess what? I wouldn't have graduated and I wouldn't have become a nurse, because there's no way that I could have figured it out on my own unless they helped me by giving me a syllabus and they told me every single day or every single week what I had to do. These were the expectations. You had to do this, you had to do that, you had to do that, and you had to do that. And then at the end, then you're gonna be able to take your state boards and move on to be a nurse. But if I just would have said from day one, well, I wanna be a nurse and I'm just gonna take some random classes and kind of do whatever I want to, wasn't gonna work. So you got to think about your health and fitness journey kind of that same way. You have to have a plan. So you have your goal, you know what your ultimate goal is, but you have to have a plan, and it has to be specific, and you have to do everything that is required in order to get there. Because if you skip part of it, or you just don't feel like doing part of it, you're never going to get to that end goal. So I'm going to move on. In this group, I expect from day one, you take measurements and you take pictures. I don't want to hear a week or 2 weeks into this that, oh, I just didn't have time, or I didn't feel like it, or, I don't like taking pictures of myself. You know what? You know how many people that I have had that said, I wish I would have listened to you. I wish I would have taken the pictures from day one. I wish I would have taken the measurements from day one. And they didn't. And they don't have those start measurements, and they don't have those start pictures. And I'm talking with sports bra on and tight shorts on. You do not need to share these with anybody. Keep those for yourself, because I promise you, once you get results, you will be so proud of what you have done that you won't be ashamed. You won't be embarrassed to share what those before pictures were. Because trust me, none of us, even I, did not like my before pictures. And there is no way I would have posted those before pictures unless I had results. So anyways, do that. I promise you. And not only that, don't just hold the phone and take a selfie. Get in good lighting. Don't have junk around. Be by like a solid plain wall, and set the timer on your phone. If you don't know how to set the timer on your phone to take the pictures all by yourself by setting your phone down and backing up to take your picture, Have somebody teach you how to set the timer on your phone so you can take your own pictures. I promise you, you will be happy that you did that. The other thing is no excuses. You have to live by a no excuse attitude. It's going to make you achieve and do so much better. It's too easy to have excuses. If I wasn't a Beachbody coach, and if I didn't have the group going up at Lakeview, and if I wasn't doing the things that I did, I could use every excuse in the world too. And honestly, I still could. I could still say, you know what? I'm too tired. I don't want to. I don't feel like it. I could use those excuses if I want to, but I choose not to, because I know what my goals are, and I know that I want to be healthy and fit, and I know that it's only 30 minutes of my day or 40 minutes of my day or whatever it may be. That, okay, just do it. I can't tell you how many times that I would have to mentally tell myself, it's only 30 minutes or it's only 25 minutes. I can do it. I can do it. Even though I didn't want to, I did it. And then, excuse me, then I was done for that day. And so then on to the next day. So if I wouldn't have done my workout for the day, I would have been like miserable. No, I mean, I shouldn't say that I would be miserable, but what I'm saying is that I would have thought about it all day long, like I should have, that just puts me one more day behind, and instead I could be 2 more days ahead. But I've made a goal and a promise to myself that all of 2015, I worked out every single day. 2016, I'm working out every single day. And some people say, don't you need a rest day? Yes and no to that. There are days that I maybe just do like a 10-minute ab or a shorter, easier workout. So I'm not like killing my workouts every single day. There's a difference. So if you're like killing those workouts like massively every single day, then I agree. Then you probably do need a rest day. But I'm not like massively killing every workout like a maniac. And when I feel that I need that rest, I will do something, maybe a stretch from T25 or something like that. Another thing, stop saying you can't. If you continue to tell yourself that you can't do something, you're never, ever, ever going to be able to do it. If I would have told myself all through nursing school, I can't do it, I give up, I can't do it. And there were days, trust me, there were days that I said that I couldn't do it and I was ready to quit. Schooling was not easy for me. I had 4 kids and a million activities. They were all in school. I was working almost full time. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. So for people to come up with the excuses they come up with, I am not very lenient when it comes to that, because I've done it, I've experienced it, I know it. I know what going on no sleep means. I get it. But you can do it. It's all up here. You can. If you say you can't, you'll never be able to. It's kind of like a job, is kind of how I like to explain this. Let's just say that, well, you might say that, well, I don't have time to work out. Well, do you tell your boss that? I just didn't have time to come into work today, so I just didn't do it. Or maybe it's not acceptable. You cannot just show up to late to work every single day because I was just too tired and I just wanted to hit my snooze button, so I didn't come in. That's not going to fly. You're not going to have a job very long if you use those excuses. And guess what? It's an excuse. Does that make sense? Can you really hit snooze and just not go to work and that be acceptable? It's not. And you got to take your health and your fitness serious. You have to take your health the same way your job is. Your health is more important than your job, because if you don't have your health, you're not even going to have a job. If you are sick and you can't go to work, you're not going to get paid because you're not at work. So your health takes priority over your job. So you know what? Get up 30 minutes earlier. Stay up 30 minutes later. You know what? Readjust your schedule. Readjust your day. You do have time, but it's how bad you want it. If you kind of sort of maybe want it, You kind of sort of maybe will do it a little bit, and then guess what? You're going to quit. Right? It's the truth. If you want it bad enough, you will find a way to make it happen. You think things are too expensive or I don't have money? You know how many times a day I hear that from people? But you know, I know people that are just flat broke, that have no money. But guess what? They sacrifice. They cut back in other areas. You know, and it's really difficult because they really do not have the money. But they will cut back in other areas in order to get a program, in order to get Shakeology, because you know what? They're dedicated and committed, and they are getting results, and they want results, and they are not letting anything get in the way. You know, I'm not kidding. How many times do you pick up a pop, or how many times do you pick up a bag of chips or candy bar, or go through the drive-thru, or whatever it may be? All of that money adds up. So if you say Shakeology is too expensive, think again, because think about how many times you go someplace and just without even thinking about it, you spend $4. $4 here, $4 there, four. Guess what? Shakeology a day is like $4 a day. You can afford it. It's whether you want it bad enough or not. The other thing is you need to plan your meals. You know what? It's not just about working out. It is about eating healthy. And sometimes you think that you might be eating healthy. You know, you might be going, well, I'm eating my fruits and vegetables out of a can. That's not healthy. You might as well not even eat them if you're going to eat them from a can. You need to go for fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. And if you can't get them fresh, then you go to the freezer section and you eat them. Do you understand how much sodium is in these processed foods? Are you buying boxes of foods, bags of foods, things that are in cans, things in the freezer sections, maybe like a lasagna that is like a pre-made lasagna? Are you kidding me? Look at the sodium content in that stuff. That stuff is so bad for you. Don't eat it. You need to be able to make your own meals. Okay? Get fresh meat, get fresh vegetables, get fresh fruits. That's what you need to focus on. And another thing is, guess what? You might say, well, I have to cook different for my kids than I do for me. No, teach your kids from the time they're little. I didn't do that, you know, because I wasn't into health and fitness when my kids were little. If I were able to redo it now, you betcha. You bet I would make them eat healthy foods from the time they were little. I wouldn't have given them the sugar cereal. I wouldn't have given them the crappy crap. But you know what? I did, you know, and I can't change it now, but I can change it for my grandkids when they're over. I can make sure that I'm giving them healthy foods to eat. So you need to if you're going to change your lifestyle for your family too, not just for you. That's almost selfish. That's selfish to change the lifestyle for you and not for your kids. That's just, like I say, it's a selfish thing. Make it so that your kids do it too. You want to see them grow up healthy and learn what is the right thing to do also. So anyways, throughout the month, I want you guys to all participate and share, post all that you can, comment on people's stuff, because you know what? The more you guys post, the more you guys share, the more motivated everybody else in the group is. And I will sporadically give some prizes out. And this month, I'm probably not going to tell you, well, post Flex Friday and I'm going to give a prize. I may just randomly pick and just say, guess what? I had one person do a Flex Friday today, so guess what? You're a winner. But I'm not going to tell you guys ahead of time because I want you guys to pay attention, be involved, be engaged in the group. And like I say, at the end of the month, there will be a winner. So the winner is not based on, hey, you lost the most weight, or hey, your before and after looks the best. The winner is based on, did you participate in the group? Did you take your before and afters? Did you take your measurements? And more importantly, your before and after story. You don't need to give me that story right now. All I need it is at the end. How did you feel in the beginning? What were your thoughts, your feelings, whatever, in the beginning when you started this whole process? And then the end. How do you feel now? Did you change physically, emotionally, spiritually, size-wise? what changed in your life? Is your whole attitude a whole lot better? Your story is more powerful than those pictures. And you will find out through this whole process that up here, you will change more so, and you will become stronger, more confident, more amazing than you ever thought possible. It's not about the number on the scale. And I don't want you guys to be looking at that scale, and I don't want you to be frustrated with a number on the scale, because through this process, you will build muscle. Okay? Get that. That's why it's so important to take the measurements and not just the number on the scale. Because those measurements and those pictures are going to show the true transformation that takes place. You're going to sculpt, and you're going to build, and you're going to tone, and you're going to look amazing. It's not the number on the scale. I will try to put some videos in here that are going to explain things like skinny fat and things like how insulin works in the body and how insulin stores fat, or with insulin, how you can lose fat too, with not the spike of your insulin happening. So believe in yourself, because you know what? I believe in you guys more than you believe in yourself. You have to trust. You have to believe. And if you don't believe in yourself, who else is going to? Who else will believe and trust in you if you don't do it yourself? I believe in you guys. I see transformations left and right. So don't tell me that it can't happen. Don't tell me that you can't do it, because I know that you can. I see it happen every single day. This is a little bit long. I'm sorry for that. You guys, I want you to make this the most amazing month. Let the excuses be gone. Don't just think, hey, I had a bad day, I'm going to give up. Hey, so-and-so's doing better than me, I give up. I want you guys to do the best that you can do, and I want you to become the most amazing person that you can be, and it starts by you loving you. So I'm going to cut this short. If you have any comments or questions, drop it below, and I'm excited for this month, and you guys rock on.